Oh, so something a bit different today. I'm having to do some alterations to some clothes and some repairs. Anyway, I seem to be doing lots of alterations. I can't get on with hold on. I bought this absolutely beautiful jumpsuit from Monsoon. However, Monsoon clothes tend to be about 10 foot too long. They always have been. And I can't seem to get on very well sewing this. I'm not sure. I think it might be the cotton. It's just not very straight at all. So I'm going to have to unpick that. But it's also quite elasticy. So I think I need to, first of all, I need to get a better cotton that suits colours. I was hoping to get away with it. But it's a shame because this is absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, it was £20, I think. But I need to take it up a bit just so it suits me. Because I'm not 10 foot tall. So that's my little job. Anyway, when I was going through my patterns, I've inherited patterns. I have. And I have no idea what this pattern is. It's got the number on it, 9878, but this is not a child's one. On the internet, there is a child's one that's a dress. But this is not it, because this says size 38, 40, 42. Oh, 36. So I have no idea. I'm just going to move this out of the way. I tried looking for it, and like I say, it's a child's one that comes up. So I'm quite interested. That's the back, which will go. Is this upside down? That would be the breast, I think. Maybe like that. The big skirt. So I think it's a sundress. There's a little pocket. I think all the pieces are here. It's just there's no image with it. That's the back. That's the other side. Yeah. So I have no idea. Anyway, I'm going to play with it, and I've got some fabric that is that I bought. Also as a cheap side, by the way, ladies, or anyone that sews. Actually, that was a bit sexist because I do know male sewers. Vinted. Sometimes tablecloths. I think this massive piece of fairly stretchy fabric was, I think, with delivery, £5, and I think it's a 2 metre by 2 metre square, but that is gorge. The only problem I'm going to have there is lining up these, because I can get a bit OCD with them, but this is so cute. I think this needs to be a rockabilly kind of dress, that one. But I think this one is more of a sundress. So my friend gave me this, which I don't know if it's Liberty fabric. I don't think it is. However, it's got that lovely kind of vintage look to it. That's quite nice. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that one. But this one I think was a tablecloth. And I'm pretty certain I could probably make a dress out of this. It was either a tablecloth or a curtain. I might be able to make a dress out of this, but this is cute. I just need to make sure how wide the bottom of the skirt is and whether it's all going to fit on. Oh, it should do. Okay, I think I'm going to make a dress out of this. It's quite thick. Hopefully I've got enough of it. If not, I'll have to use the other one. It's quite thick, but it's got that lovely kind of calico. I think this would be amazing. An amazing little dress. Anyway, so that's my little plan. I'm going to get my mum to take me to the fabric shop up the road to get the cotton to match my jumpsuit. And yeah, I've got an early work day today, so I'm not going to be able to get a lot of this done. But I will be working on it slowly, pinning it out, cutting it out. That's my joyful thing for today. So I'm not sure other than that. I think I need I need to see if I can find a free rockabilly kind of dress. I know what I mean. I've made this one quite a few times. The only thing with this is it turns out really massive around here, like, and here it drapes. It's far too big, and lots of people have said that. That's probably why she's got this on here. However, what I did do was do a little dart there, like a little pinch. That looked quite cute, and that worked. So if anyone's doing that, consider doing a little, I think it's called a mountain dart in the middle, you know, like a pinch, and then it flares a little. That looks really cute, actually. And I like that one because it's kind of a long length, and like I do dress it like that, so it's kind of granny chic is what I'd say. So yeah, excellent. Anyway, I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to continue with this video and pop it all together. Okay, bye. And a little break from saying my new dress. I went to the shop to get some cotton for something else that I needed to take up, and this is the closest one I could find. I'm realising what happens is that textile designers, especially more the higher end, their fabrics are, I think they're dyed particularly, and it makes it really hard to find cotton to repair them. So I think that's a bit stupid, because then it's not more of a circular economy. You can't, if you can't match cottons to clothes to fix them, I mean, that's just a bit crazy. But this is supposed to be a high-end finish, but yeah, I don't think that's very high-end, to be honest. But yeah, that's the closest I can get. But anyway, it does look closer in natural light. So, but also I've got my son some of these, because he's got into, sorry, I'm screening. He's got into riveting everything, you know, with the studs. He's going through that phase. I had to get some more pins because I left my pins at work. But this is the thing that's exciting me. Oh, I got some jersey pins. Apparently the reason why my fabric is puckering on the mend is because I'm not using a jersey needle, so I'm going to give that a try. But look at these colours. I did not know you could get neon. I mean, I don't know where I've been living all my life, but that is fabulous. Anyway, at work, this poor boy had his picture that he'd been working on really hard got destroyed, and he got very upset about it, but he managed to save this bit, and he taped it together, and he was still upset about it. I said, could I try and take it home and fix it for you? We could turn it into a bookmark. So I'm thinking that's quite a learning experience, that things get broken, but sometimes we can fix them, sometimes we can make them better, sometimes we can't, and it's learning with how to deal with change and resilience. Anyway, I've made this into a bookmark for him, and I found a bit of an old kind of thing for the back, and I've given him all my old comic books, so hopefully he might find some. But this is there. I'm thinking this would make a really nice edging on it. I'm just going to see if I can zoom out, but if I go up you won't be able to see the sewing. So anyway, I'm sure that I might use this one, I think, and then I've got to sew the bobbin, and I have to thread my bobbin first. So you're going to hear some noise, which would be great fun. Some people really like the noise of the sewing machine. You see? Woo! I went too fast. I didn't pull my little thing up, that's what it was. Okay, so now I'm going to have to be careful so that comes off. Goes that way. Take the slack up a bit. Mrs. Avery. That's it. Okay. Is it? And now that's stopping now. That means I can't, it's full up. It means the bobbin's full up, so I can't take any more off. So I'm going to, I need to cut it really. I need my scissors. I bet somebody's moved my scissors. Oh, no, I've got them. Okay, so in there. I'm going to pop my bobbin in here. And this one's a bit tricky because it does go you have to follow the instructions, which are not the best, but I do know my machine quite well, so she says, move out of the way, Pickle. I mean, what, I love it. What a beautiful colour. Nice quick thread, hopefully. Otherwise I'm going to be here trying to thread my... trying to thread my needle for ages. Hopefully not. And because I'm getting older, I find it harder. Oh, straight through. And I do think sometimes the cottons, the newer cottons, are easier to thread because they haven't got so much kind of build up and dust that's built up on them. Don't get me wrong, I do like old cottons, but sometimes they are not very usable. Okay, that's caught that. Put that up a bit. Okay. I'm not cutting, just scooping to the side. Perfect. Ooh, I'm not sure that's going to be right. I'm going to see. It should go across there, but let me see. I've got a feeling that's not caught properly, she says. Right, let me see whether I can sew around this crazy bookmark. I don't want it to be perfect, I want it to be wonky. It's quite hard to see where the edge of fabric is when it's clear. Perfect. Right. Yeah, I quite like that. It's crazy. It's crazy, I like it. Yeah. It's a big bookmark, but it should make him smile, I think. So I'm going to put a little at the end there, I think. As long as I'm not punching through his picture. Put some kind of little tassely thing on there, I think. It's going to be quite hard, I think. Oh no, that wasn't too bad actually. Okay. Okay. Let me find some kind of... I'm hoping I want some random bright fabric or something. Black might be okay. Oh, I like the black. Black works well. Sadly, no neon though, so... I think it might have to be boring old black, but it's a shame that's not longer. I think that's too small, and I haven't got any more of this one. So let me see. Oh, it might fit. It might be enough. That'll do. Perfect. One mended bookmark. That is good fun. A little bit there. Hopefully that'll make him happy, but it is a giant bookmark. Anyway, so back to, I love that cotton. I need to be more, I need to go out more, essentially. But look, even that I keep. It's so fun. Well done. I think it's Gutermann. Gutermann? Gutermann. These are the ones that have the bits that pop off the bottom and everyone goes, oh, you can use it for storing needles. I'm not sure you can or why you would, to be honest. But it is an interesting concept. So I've cut out my two... So my curtain, I believe it was one panel. I didn't even notice. Somebody had sewn the strawberries upside down. So that meant I had to kind of splice them. So I've got this edge bit that's didn't quite fit on the pattern, but that's fine. It's just a tiny, tiny piece. So I need to splice these two pieces together, and I think I'm just going to pop my camera up a bit higher and then connect it out. There we go. Is that better? It's hard. I don't like the overhead ones very much because whatever I do, I keep knocking. So this is real life. This is me. That's everything I am. Oops, smashed that. A catastrophe, if you like, almost. So yeah, I had to splice these two, but I believe this back panel, obviously, I think, is supposed to have a zip down it. But then I've looked, and it looks like I have found the pattern instructions as well. I'm missing a few pieces. I'm missing straps, and it looks like it's 2 straps on each side. But it looks like this bit gathers, so it's kind of a gathered bodice. So I'm quite interested to see. I'm also missing the pocket tops. So the tops have pockets, and there's 2 different types of pockets. So this one is an extended, I think. I'm not too sure. I'm sure one was extended, wasn't it? But then why's that got 44? I don't know. I need to look at it again. But these pockets as well. However, I have got, you could just literally sew that down there. And I like rounded pockets, I do. So that might be a trouble matching them, but I don't think I'm going to try and match them because I don't think I've got enough fabric. I do, however, have plenty of straps. And I do recall vaguely that I'm sure I used a piece of pattern on something. A pattern picture on something. So that's what I'm going to look for. I'm going to continue cutting out my patterns, and I'm going to just try and splice them together, I think. So I'm going to have a go. But yeah, there's definitely this pattern. I can't find it anywhere online. And it's a shame, I think, that they've never kind of printed on when it was printed as well on the actual pattern pieces. But I think this is turning out really nice. It's really soft fabric, and I think it's going to look lovely as long as I can get it done properly. So I think that's going to be my weekend job. That and fixing the trousers. Anyway, so I will keep adding to this video a bit at a time. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Okay, bye. Alright, so a little bit more of my sewing my dress today, my mystery, I have no idea what it is dress. You'll have to ignore my neighbour's dog, it likes to bark at the wind. I think she must have gone out, can get quite irritating, I'm afraid. It's gone out in the garden, I believe. This is my front of the dress, so I'm going to pin this, but the other one says to do it together. Which is the smaller unextended piece, but I am actually going to sew this on the seam here. This would be the bust bit that goes in, so I'm hoping it's enough. Yeah, because I can't understand how that's the back, squishes down to fit that. I don't know, Or is that supposed to come down? There, maybe? Or maybe I can extend this bit to fit up there. Because that's what happens once your bust goes up, it goes like that. So it kind of fits in nicely there, you'll see. So that says size 36, and this is a size 36. I don't think I am a 36. So I might make it a little bit bigger just to fit me. But also I need to make sure the fabric is up the right way. So I need to sew it this way up. That's fine. So I'm going to cut this and make sure. I haven't got a great deal of time today, I'm afraid. Which I'm a bit sad about. But it's all hands on deck. There's a little stain there. I wonder if that will come out actually. I might just move that along. I've got a few leftovers, so there should be enough for this fabric, hopefully. There's not a great deal left, but there should be enough. There's a little stain there, that's fine. So if I do this, I said I needed to do this upside down, didn't I? So I need the fabric that way, but I need the seam this side. That's upside down, so it'll be that way. Is that right? Yes, because that's where it scrunches up. Perfect, right. Okay. I do talk to myself a lot. Make sure I'm not catching any seams there. I bought myself some nice new pearls. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger when I cut it. Like I say, I seem to be missing a few bits. I might have actually just popped the... I might have cut up the actual image because it was ripped. I'm sure I did do one. Like I said, now I can't find it. So if I find one of my videos and you see it on there, let me know. That would be great. I give you a channel shout out if you can find the video with the image of the dress I cut up. That would be great. So like I say, I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger here. Because I'm unfortunately quite top heavy. Make sure I'm not sticking my rough play mat down. Oop. Oopsie. Okay, so go this way. It's quite hard to cut this way actually. Okay, as I say, just a tiny bit bigger. And this one goes around there, but you can see where it's bigger there, so I'm going to cut that a little bit bigger just there, I think. So hopefully that should not have any bits on it. It might have a little, I might have gone over a little bit there. That's fine, I can unpick that I believe without leaving any stitches, because this will go in the seam here. So that's going to be the front of my dress. That's cute. So this is who I use, just my little local shop. Yeah, they're really nice. If you can, please try and support your little local shops. I find there's so much more information you can get from them. Yeah, and they're really helpful, this shop, so that's them. That's a little channel shout out. There we go, so that should be the front of my dress. Oh, there's a little stain there as well. I hope that comes out. If not, I could put lace down the front. Yeah, so, but obviously we have busts here and a bust there. That might be too big, I think. If it is, like I say, I can cut it and baste it together and put lace down the front. It's fine. This is what it is. It's kind of a patch dress. Perfect. And then the skirt under here gathers up, I believe, by judging by the thing. So that would be quite cute. There's the front of the dress. This dress, yes it is. You see, I don't know if you can see. It is slightly wider there, so this will gather slightly to fit that on there. That's going to be a cute little dress. Okay, that's the front. And then I've got time to cut the back out, which again I'm not so sure is the right shape. It just seems very small to me. Yeah, 38. So again, I might just make this a little bit bigger, but I need to put this upside down again. Because this is the back side. Ouchie. Ouchie. So it's all hands on deck at the moment. We're trying to do as much cleaning out and tidying as is possible. All the time while we've got an extra one-to-one. So we're missing a staff member down for that. Whilst we're trying to move everything around. Okay, yeah, that's just the seam there, perfect. Okay, so this is where it was extra, was this side, I believe. Let me check actually, just check which side I wanted more. Yes, it was that side. This is actually really nice fabric to cut. Like I say, I think I paid £2 for it. And definitely consider buying cotton curtains, especially if you've got such a pretty little pattern like this one. Okay. Oh. Now, full disclaimer, I am a fairly new beginner at dressmaking. I have done lots of alterations for myself and a couple for friends, and I have made a few dresses, but nothing major. So that should be the right way up. Oh no, I didn't cut the seam. Oh no, it was supposed to be on the seam. That's fine, because there's a zip in it. Whew. I think I got it wrong then for a minute. So somehow this fits in. Have I got it up the wrong way? Please don't tell me I have. Somehow this fits in. This scrunches up, and that fits in there. You wiggle it in, or does it go in there? I might have cut this piece upside down. I have got enough spare, it's fine. But I will find out. Okay, so that's that and that. What have I got? 2 pockets. There's not enough here for that. There is enough for... Oh, there we go. Little scrappy pieces. What way up does this go? So that goes up that way. Perfect. And this one goes up. This one goes up that way. I'm not pattern matching at all. Not in the slightest. I'm just trying to fit things on as they go. That doesn't matter what way up it goes, it's fine. This here, there was meant to be a separate part here. What I might do actually is make this a bigger, and then do a pocket like that, like a tuck pocket. I just like it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make that bigger and then make some little panels to go over it, I think. I think that's what I might do. I might not. Okay, so literally make it a little wider. Oh look, I've cut my cloth underneath. I have no idea who is cutting, who is drilling, really. None at all. Okay. And then I want two little kind of things. They're about the same size. It's alright. I sort of know what I'm doing. About that size. Okay. Less and less scraps. I need to make straps. I might have enough leftovers of them. So what you do with these ones when they're a little bit bigger is obviously you hem all the way round, but you pop it in a little bit here. You make a little dart here. Tiny little dart. That would be hemmed over. And that bit goes over the top, and you have like almost a little apron-y kind of effect pocket. It does look really quite cute. Yeah, so it looks like that, but obviously all hemmed around. It's sweet. I prefer that to these just plain pockets. Even with this on, I just think this looks much more cute. So it's just a pocket that's placed over the top. This was the one I think that's with the pattern. It's cute, but I just like this one better. So you'll see, hopefully. Anyway, that's me for today, because I do have to go and have some lunch, and I'll continue with this video another day. Thank you, bye. So it looks like I have to ruche this bit up. This is the skirt bottom I've made. I've sewn it together. I've not pattern matched it, like I say, because there's not enough of it to do there. I don't know why I've just turned that on. I've made the bodice part, as you can see, the darts. I think I've got the bodice on upside down, actually. Well, it's not upside down, but I've put it there upside down. That's what I mean. So that needs, the skirt needs to ruche up to there, so I need to make sure that the side seams matches, but it's going okay so far. I can't find a zip to match, and I even went down to the little vintage shop. Normally she has bags full of zips, and I haven't got one to match. I've got white, but that's broken, like completely broken, so I'm not even sure how I can do that. There's nowhere to kind of attach it. Or I've got cherry red, which might look quite fun, I suppose, but I'm not sure I want that, so I might leave a zip off completely and then just buy one when I get to it. But I was hoping I'd be able to wear this when I go on holiday. I don't know what to do. I'll wait until I get to that section. Anyway, this is how far I've got so far. I think it's just a nice little summer dress, so that'd be quite cute, I think. I might have to take the bottom up because it's probably quite long for me. My sewing machine was going on a go slow yesterday. I have no idea why. Everything was working fine, and it's just going dun, dun, dun. And now this morning it's back to normal, so I don't know whether power issues, main power issues can do that or not, but yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to be sewing now. Yeah, see you soon, bye. So here's where I am at the moment. I wasn't that keen on the length, so I took 2 inches off the bottom and I've hemmed it. This cotton is a bit catchy in places, but it's not terrible. I don't know why it's doing that. I think it's because it's a bit of an older cotton, but it's been used. I've seen worse. I've added to the top here because I want to create a kind of almost fold over effect, like this, sort of. That is the only seam I've kind of missed a little bit, and a tiny bit there, but like I say, I've seen much worse in pieces that I've bought before. But I'm thinking that's starting to look quite like a nice vintage sundress. I've got the basics of it. All I've got to do is sew this on, make my pockets, pop those on, and do the back. I've decided I'm not going to have a zip back. I'm going to have a flap with elastic back on it with buttons instead. And I need to iron these, and I'm going to zigzag each hem. I don't think I'm going to zigzag them close to like that because it'll make it quite bulky. But if I zigzag each piece, edge stitch, then iron it flat, and then at least it'll catch it. But I don't know yet. I don't know. But that's how I'm getting so far. I'm quite happy with that. Yep. Yeah, it's not terrible. Needs a good iron, but yay. So I realised I'd sewn the top band on the wrong way. So what you do is you sew it on back to front like this, okay, and then that folds over and like that, and you make this cute little kind of band across the top of it, and that looks really nice, I think. So yeah, camera's gone out of focus. Yeah, literally sew it on back to front, and then make sure your fabrics are facing the right way that you want them to show when you flip. But yeah, it's quite cute. I like that. I do like that. Anyway, so now I've got the little pockets on. You see it's got this nice little cute thing. They are just placement pockets. There's my seams. I love my sewing, it's getting so much neater. Really, really neat. Look at that one. Just lots of rough edges to take off here though. So that's the right one. That one. It's getting nice. So much neater. Look at that sewing. Yay!